This is such an important video, and it is one that I'm sort of surprised to be making at the moment, but life changes quick. And so I want to try to just explain it to you, what's going on in terms of your ability, wherever you're at. If you're the guy up in Michigan, hey, Michigan, if you're anywhere watching me right now in these United States, it has opened up suddenly your possibility to have money, cash money, in your pocket by the next few days, depending on how cold it is where you're at. And the way that I'm talking about doing it is that if you are creative and you're courageous, if you're courageous and you're creative, if you're able to think of something that would be entertaining to the general public, to your fellow citizens, and you're willing to take your art, your music, your writing, whatever it is, out to a public area. Wherever you're at, there is got to be public areas, public spaces where people come and go, where people pass. And if you take your art and your music or your singing and you go down to that corner, you can do something that's called busking. And busking is that you are performing and you are doing it and you're able to receive tips for it. People will give you money in appreciation for what you've done, for appreciation for you being willing to share your art or your music with the general public. That is a trickle that can keep you alive. It can keep you alive in terms of being able to do a couple of different things. You can realize your dream of performing something. You can realize your dream of going out without having to play a club or to sign up for an event or something like that. You can actually get to try it. You can actually go out. But you have to think, I'm not really sure now what the national minimum wage is, like $9 or something an hour. And that's before taxes. And so if you were to go out, say you were to go out and play your saxophone, and you stood on a corner in your community, because this is the interesting thing that has really been reinforced. And the reason that I'm telling this, hope you stay with the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you go out and you play for 30 minutes and you make $10, a couple of people give you a couple of dollars, then you have made that minimum wage. You're not going to make a lot, but you'll have money and cash in your hand. And this is especially important in areas that have just been recently hit by disasters of one type or the other. You have no resources. You have nothing to work with. You have nothing but what you can carry in and carry out of an area in order to try to make any money. The businesses are just destroyed. But with street performance, by bringing your art to the street on a table, no one can tell you, no, you can't set up here because we don't allow art here for donation. I'm sorry, you can't set up here. We don't allow music, singing to be going on here. Because this is what's just happened in terms of our national change in this. I apologize for this. But when I started 11 years ago, there were only a couple of places in which you were technically allowed to perform on the street in Blacksburg, in Montgomery County. And the town has been wonderful to set it up, the Blacksburg Sidewalk Stage. Go to Busk Roanoke. Jefferson Rose has done a fantastic job of beginning to establish the Roanoke City Market. If you're in this area, that's a great place to busk. It's got a lot of businesses, little shops. It's just a delightful area. It's got a big market area. And again, used to be an issue with being able to play in that area, to be able to set up to juggle. Jefferson does juggling and balloons and everything like that. The opportunities to go out and to share your art or to share your music is opened up suddenly, because this is what the new directive has said in the Restoring Freedom and Speech and Ending Federal Censorship. And it says that it is enshrining the right of Americans to speak freely in the public square without government interference. And so I looked up government square just to make sure it wasn't limited to like the internet or something. And government square is anywhere in your area that is a public gathering spot that people should be able to share their art or share their thoughts or share their information, the good or the bad. But that's what I'm saying. This is your opportunity to go make some money. Go make some cash money immediately, because there is nothing, unless you are creating a noise complaint or you are creating some kind of traffic issue or something, then what are they going to say to you if you are expressing your First Amendment constitutional rights? And it says that it should be government censorship of speech is intolerable in a free society. And it's going to be their policy to secure the rights of protected speech. So protected speech is art. Protected speech is writing. Protected speech is poetry. Protected speech is theater. Protected speech is original thought and song, and all of those things they are saying is protected and encouraged. And so, as a busker, I hope this goes viral. Please help this go viral. I want everyone in the nation to be in on this discussion. Am I missing something here? Did busking just become legal nationally? Am I missing something here? That to ensure that no federal government officer, employee, or agent engages in or otherwise facilitates any conduct that would unconstitutionally abridge the free speech of any American citizen. I was downtown Roanoke, and I got an officer came over to me, and he told me to move along. And so I packed up and I went in the center in the square, and I was getting a drink of water. Well, there had been several homeless people that were having a great time, and they had been singing with me, and they had been enjoying the music. I think that's the reason that they wanted every one of us to move along, and so they shut me down. And so I went into the center in the square, and one of the homeless men came over to me, and he said, "Oh, don't worry, buddy." He says, I've got run off from places too. And I said, I so appreciate that, brother. God love you. And we gave each other a hug and went on. So I remember that moment of having a federal government officer stop me. And then it goes on to say that no taxpayer resources are to be used to engage in or facilitate any conduct that would unconstitutionally abridge free speech of an American citizen. And so that means that you do not have to have a gallery involved to show your art. You do not have to have a club involved to play your music. You do not have to be vetted. You do not have to have anyone look at it and tell you if it's good enough or if it's bad enough. If you've got a card table, if you've got something that you can set up, you now have the protective right to go out in a public space, as long as it's not obscene, as long as it's not blocking traffic or causing a problem. So watch things like amplification. Use common sense wherever you're at. I hope this gets seen in Nevada. I hope the people in LA understand that this is the places and things to think about. If you want to give your money away, do. If you want to go down and play the streets of Blowing Rock because there's nothing down there, and you want to gather money and give it away, if you want to give it away, do it. You can do it. There is nobody stopping you now as far as being able to realize that. And so think about it in terms of these people you have nothing. If you have nothing, how do you generate any kind of music? I saw a guy stand with a Tupperware container and sing. It can be that simple. He held a Tupperware container out and he would stand there and sing. I tipped him. He was making money off of me. I was impressed. I saw one guy running along beside the people singing Christmas carols, holding a cup. I tipped him. He was making something in society, and this is the most important thing, that you're not just you. This is not about you, and this is not about just you and getting you through. This is getting all of us through. This is giving all of us a moment, a break of something different that is renewing and heartfelt, and something that we can snap us out of our day-to-day thinking in terms of being concerned about things that may or may not ever happen. But it's easy to become consumed with thinking on things. So when you are performing, let me just say this really quick, and I'm going to talk more about these. I'll do another video so that's not so long. It's taken me this long to ever get started. When you are a busker, think about it. It's as ancient as Rome and the Greeks, and so it's a very ancient thing. It provides a picture. It's a romanticized kind of thing. See somebody out standing on a corner selling their art or selling their or doing their music, and it creates a picture, a moment in your mind that you remember. It's a difference. And so when you do that, even if the person never tips you, even if the person never stops, even if they never ever connect with you, it's made a difference. It's thrown out positive energy out into the world, out into the universe. Boom, it's going out, that you were singing out, or you were performing out, or you were showing the birds and the trees what you made, what you've shown. And so there's an importance in that. That makes the world go around. That's what will get us through any kind of hard, cold winter days into better days of spring. So wherever you are, I want you to try this. Let me know what you found out in your particular area, because I cannot see that at this point they can be restrictive about people going out to busk, people going out to show their art in public areas, as long as they are reasonable. They cannot infringe upon your First Amendment rights of freedom of expression, freedom of speech. That's the beauty of our situation at the very moment. So let's take the good where we can. I thank you all so much. And I'm going to make more videos on this and how important this is. But I thank you so much for watching this. I hope you will do some research on street performance, on the types of things that you could do. It could be any number of things. Google it. You'll see how many different types of street performance things that you could do. Be creative. Get to work on it. If you can play a guitar and sing, you could make money this weekend. Weather's getting pretty. Get outside, get a tip jar, get a sign, get it done. Good luck to you. Let me know how it goes.